is the Minimalism art movement. Minimalism is a prominent art movement from the mid-20th century, emphasizes simplicity, reduction, and exploring fundamental elements in visual art. It's an extension of abstract art, aiming to reveal the purity and beauty of art objects by eliminating extraneous forms. Unlike abstract art, minimalism prioritizes aesthetics, structure, and texture over conveying deeper meanings or the artist's individuality. This movement was innovative for its focus on the essence of medium and materials. When does minimalism emerge? Minimalism emerged as a reaction to the dominant art movement of the time, abstract expressionism. Abstract expressionism was characterized by dramatic, emotional, and often large-scale paintings that emphasize individual expression and spontaneous creativity. However, as the late 1950s approached, many artists began to view this style as formulaic and thought that the art world had witnessed it enough. They sought a different approach that shifted away from the intense emotions and expressive brushwork characteristic of abstract expressionism. The minimalism art movement originated in the early 1960s in the USA as artists moved away from traditional art forms towards simplified geometric shapes inspired by constructivism. It was a reaction against the perceived stagnation of contemporary art and the grand narratives of abstract expressionism. Minimalist artists emphasize geometric forms, challenging conventional distinctions between artistic mediums. They use industrial materials such as paint, wood, and metal to create artworks reminiscent of factory-made products, often incorporating modernist architectural elements.
Eight characteristics of minimalism. First, repetition. Repetition is fundamental in minimalism, creating visual rhythm and conveying endurance and timelessness across various art forms. Geometric shape. Minimalism employs basic geometric shapes to maximize expressiveness, drawing from industrial and architectural design aesthetics of mid-20th century. Third, simplicity. Minimalism strips away unnecessary details, focusing on essential elements and rejecting ornamental flourishes, resulting in a streamlined and objective art form. Fourth, limited color choices. Minimalism utilizes expressionless colors, often monochromatic, to convey impact without personal expression. Fifth, precise and hard edge. Minimalist art features precise borders between color areas without shading, subtle transition, enhancing visual clarity and simplicity. 6. Lack of expression. Unlike earlier art movements, minimalism avoids narrative or symbolism, focusing on form and structure rather than conveying personal emotion or complex narrative. 7. Industrial material. Minimalist artists favor raw mass-produced materials like metal and concrete, emphasizing the purity of form and the essential qualities of materials in their works. Last, focus on the viewer. Minimalism prioritizes the viewer's experience, employing simplicity and reduction of form to invite direct engagement, as seen in artworks like Donald Jude's Untitled 1980, where viewers are encouraged to explore the experience, the artwork from various perspectives.
The objections and criticism of minimalism. Despite minimalism's significant influence, it had its fair share of critics. As mentioned before, one of the most prevalent criticisms is that minimalism can be seen as lacking expressive content. First in the objections and criticism of minimalism is the lack of expression and emotional depth. Critics argue that minimalism, with its focus on pure form and materiality, it lacks the emotional richness and depth found in earlier art movements like abstract expressionism. This can make minimalist art simple and unfeeling, akin to a austere appearance of brutalist architecture.
Second, superficiality and lack of substance. Minimalism's reduction of form and content to the bare essential can give the impression of shallowness and superficiality. Critics suggest that minimalist works may lack the depth and complexity found in more elaborate art form, appearing one-dimensional or overly simplistic. Last, elitism and accessibility. Minimalism's reliance on intellectual discourse and art theory may be seen as elitist, excluding those without a background in these areas. This emphasis on conceptual elements can make minimalist art appear inaccessible to a broader audience. appealing primarily to a limited group of collectors and curators.
Proponents of minimalism. In 1958, the young Frank Stella, who had just graduated from Princeton University, moved to New York City. There, he became immersed in the abstract expressionist scene while working as a house painter to pay the rent. However, it was the work of Jasper Johns that inspired his black paintings, which he created using clay, commercial paint, and brushes similar to the materials he used for his stage job. These works made him famous at the age of 22 and were instrumental in paving the way for minimalism. Stella's statement, "What you see is what you see," became the minimalism art movement's mantra. Minimalism developed in the late 1950s when artists like Frank Stella began displaying their artwork at the Museum of Modern Art in New York in 1959. Minimalism grew during the 1960s and 1970s with Carl Andre, Dan Flavin, Donald Judd, Sol Levy, Agnes Martin, and Robert Morris, who were significant trailblazers for the minimalism movement.
Notable artists and their artworks of minimalism. First is Frank Stella. Frank Stella was known for minimalist paintings with geometric shapes and bold colors. One of his work is The Marriage of Reason and is colored too, created in 1959. It's known for its bold, abstract style and geometric forms. The title suggests a contrast between reason and chaos, perhaps reflecting the tension between order and disorder in the modern world. The use of bold colors and dynamic shapes may evoke a sense of energy and conflict, inviting viewers to contemplate the relation. Next is Robert Morris. Robert Morris was known for minimalist sculptures and installations focusing on simple forms and industrial materials. Robert Morris' Untitled L-Beams from 1965 is a seminal work in minimalist sculpture. Consisting of large L-shaped beams arranged in space, the piece invites viewers to engage with the physical presence in the spatial relationships of the objects. The simplicity of form and materials, along with the careful arrangement of the beams, prompts contemplation of the fundamental elements of sculpture: mass, volume, and gravity. Next is Donald Judd. Donald Judd was known for minimalist sculptures made of industrial materials like aluminum and plexiglass, often arranged in precise geometric configurations. One of his work is the Untitled 1980, is a minimalist sculpture that exemplifies his signature style characterized by clean lines, geometric shapes, and industrial materials. It's often made of metal or plexiglass and consists of simple repetitive forms arranged in a precise manner, inviting viewers to contemplate the interplay between space, form, and materiality. Next is Sol Lewitt. Sol Lewitt was known for minimalist conceptual art, often involving geometric forms and instructions for execution by others. Sol Lewitt's wall drawing 118, created in 1971, likely features intricate patterns or shapes executed directly on the wall with precise geometric compositions. The artwork explores the relationship between line, form, and space, inviting viewers to contemplate the interplay of these elements within the architectural environment. Last is Agnes Martin. Agnes Martin was known for minimalist paintings characterized by subtle grids and muted colors, exploring themes of innocence and perfection. Agnes Martin's Gold Leaf Means Friendship from 1963 is a Syrian masterpiece embodying friendship's essence through its simplicity and harmony. The delicate gold leaf symbolizes the preciousness and enduring quality of true friendship, while the minimalist composition invites viewers to contemplate the depth and beauty of human connection.
For conclusion, minimalism in art represents a transformative movement characterized by simplicity, abstraction, and emphasis on form. Its impact reverberates across various artistic disciplines, influencing not only aesthetics but also cultural perspectives